Hello, Bruno.
Hello.
How are you?
Sorry for being late.
That's
Okay,
okay. How are
no,
you?
you're good. I'm gonna
Yeah,
drop off, so I'm gonna
really
mute
good.
myself.
Re- Really good, really good. We were in a meeting, and yes, we're ready to go tonight.
Was it a match day meeting then?
Match day meeting. Yeah, everything sorted.
Obviously, nothing to be discussed here because it's all top secret, I imagine.
Of course,
But
of
all
course.
very positive for tonight, I'm hoping.
Yes.
Obviously, it's your second season now as a coach, right? So how's that adjustment been from being a player? Obviously, everyone knows how much of a legend you are at Brighton, in the community as well, and the impact you had on the pitch. But off the pitch as a coach, how different has that been?
Of course, it's really different. One day you are the captain, and the other day you're just like collecting cones, and it's what I mean. It's quite it's quite different. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm not just joking because Graham since day one gave me a lot of confidence and trust, and I feel really valued by him and beyond, and Billy, and of course all the stuff that I knew before. And I'm just loving it. I think it's one of those things. Coaching some players, they've got really clear idea that after playing, they will go towards the coaching side. I didn't have the idea, and since I started working on it, I just love it. I just love it.
Nice. Bruno, can I ask, does that make you see the game differently at all from when you were playing on the pitch? Obviously, you have a very different viewpoint to when you're on the side. Do you see things differently now?
To be honest, I think when I said about I didn't have the idea to be a coach is because I was really aware of how difficult it is, how much time you need to spend working, how much talent you need. And I think that's why I didn't see that much different. And because I've been, always talking to managers, asking questions. At the end of the day, you know how difficult it is to deal with human beings. You know how difficult it is being at that high level. Then I think it didn't change that much the way that I was seeing it before.
Okay, thank you.
And what is your role like at the moment as a coach? Like, what are the particular things you do on a day-to-day basis?
No, of course, my role is as a first team coach, prepare sessions, taking sessions when it's Graham asks, just prepare games, videos, like a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like since where it was a year and a half ago and right now, it has changed massively, the knowledge, and I've been preparing myself every day, trying to learn every day, trying to listen as much as possible, trying to ask the right questions, at the same time trying to help players, because at the end of the day, it's for me it's easier to understand them because I've been there not a long time ago. And I think one of the keys for being a coach as well is to don't forget how you felt when you were a player, because sometimes it's easy that to happen. And lucky enough, and for me now, even now as a coach, I value the most, the thing that I value the most is when I went through tough times when I was a player, because now it gives me the platform to help players that or they're not playing or they had an injury, and because I've been there before, I know where actually they're feeling. Then it's like in life, everything is, everything is a bless, but it's, it gives you a lesson. Everything that happens in life is a lesson.
Yeah, and I suppose, go on, Russ.
Yeah, I was going to say, hi Bruno.
Hi.
I've got a question actually. You're famously, you've got your diet through your playing days, a very strict, controlled diet. First question is really to say, have you changed any of that now you stopped playing? And also, I thought you'd probably stick to most of it, but also, have you looked to suggest that as a useful tool for the players themselves that are currently coming through now?
Yeah, of course. I changed a little bit because now, I can enjoy a little bit more, and especially with cakes and a little bit more wine. That's the two things that I'm having a little bit more than before.
Spanish wine, by any chance?
Yeah, a little bit of, just trying a good wine, and that's the things that probably now I'm trying to enjoy a little bit more, because why it took me to play to almost 39, it was taking everything to the extreme. And it was like a really strong routine, a really strong habits. And of course, now it was strong habits, not just for me, for my family as well, because they had to follow as well. And I think now we are a little more flexible, but still, you know what I mean, those good habits are still on me, and, you know what I mean, keep like running or swimming or, you know what I mean, cycling and eating well. But after with the players as well, I'm trying to help players, to educate players. Of course, we've got our nutritionist who she helps massively. But again, from my experience, from my perspective, is always, you know, I think is always more powerful, because some of them, they have seen me playing football until late, almost my 40s, and then it's like something right I was doing with my diet. Then I think it's important, and bringing or taking that experience from myself to help the kids or the boys. I think it's important.
Yeah, and I suppose that discipline as well, when you're in a relegation battle like we are at the moment, and your last few seasons of your career in the Premier League, how has that discipline helped? And obviously in being in the coaching role as well, how have you been able to help the players in such a pressured environment in the relegation battle?
Yeah, I think that it's a really good point. I think discipline, it's massively, and that's what I think one of the keys in to be successful is that consistent self-discipline. That's, you know what I mean, to be just focused in what you can affect. And us is, we can affect on, let's say, Monday, when we start training last Monday, you cannot affect the game on Saturday. The only way to affect is training well and giving everything on Monday, and then on Tuesday, and then on, you know what I mean, on Wednesday. That's key. No focusing in the game, focusing in your training session. It's not another training session. Is the training session that where you can change the game on Saturday. Then that's you know what I mean. I think that self-discipline gives you the platform to keep taking right decisions that are gonna take you closer to your main aim.
Hi Bruno, do you think being a captain perfectly leads you into that coaching role? Do you think that time you spent obviously as club hero and captain kind of trains you for it, or is actually not that similar?
It's a good point. I think it helps you massively, because of course, as a captain, you have to deal with daily situations. You have to lead by example. You have to lead in your talks. You have to lead a lot of different ways. And I think that gives you some basics of speaking in public, speaking to players. You know what I mean? It gives you a little bit a start in that role. And I think it's been always, I think I'm really grateful to that, because it gave me that platform to start as a coach in a further, you know what I mean, like in a advanced position.
Bruno, first of all, hi. I was going to ask you a question actually, because I spoke to a lot of the players of that era when Gus was there, talking about Gus Poyet. They all say that he was very instrumental in their career and sort of the pinnacle of their career. It'd be interesting to see sort of your verdict on Gus and what he was like for you personally.
Oh, for me personally, it was, of course, it was a key manager in my career. First of all, because he trusts me, bringing me from Spain. You know what I mean? Give me a chance to play in England. And after how he treated me since day one, and the freedom that he gave me on and off the pitch, but especially on the pitch, I think I always remember, and we always say, like, it was the only manager that before the games, the only thing that he said to me was say, Bruno, just go outside and enjoy. He always said that to me, and that gave me, you know what I mean, a lot of confidence that he trusts me on the pitch, that he didn't have to tell me too much. You know what I mean? Like, it just was go outside and just play your football. But as I said, I think another players, as you said, you know what I mean, I think with Gus, they played their best football. I think, you know what I mean, we had a really good teams, players that we understood each other really well, especially in possession. We played really attractive football, really fast football, quality football, and I think it was a really good manager.
Another unbelievable manager you must have played under is Chris Hughton. Obviously, we'll touch on the promotion season in a little while, but as Chris Hughton as a manager, how was it like to play under him, and how does that compare to someone like Gus Poyet?
I think they are really different managers, really, really different types of management. Chris, I think as a manager, he was outstanding. How he dealt with daily situations, his routines, his habits. I think it's really admirable how, you know what I mean, the way that he used to manage and he used to manage, and compared to Gus, is so different. You know what I mean? It's different cultures, different backgrounds, different stages of career. Gus has got that passion. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't say Spanish because of course he's from Uruguay, but you know what I mean, like that strength, yeah. And Chris was much more calm. That of course Chris sometimes he got really upset and angry and he showed his passion. But I think there are different types of managers.
It's interesting to say that about. Sorry, Ben. It's interesting to say that about Chris.
I was just going to say, obviously, we've got loads of questions. We could go on for hours, but I want to make sure we're getting a few people from the chat who get their questions answered.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay, sure. So we've got a couple of questions here. First of all, Becca BHA, she's asked, who has impressed you the most in the squad in terms of attitude since you've been a coach? And also, something quite interesting as well, do you have any special responsibilities in supporting the young Spanish-speaking players like McAllister and Caicedo? So 2 questions there about your coaching.
Yeah, first, I'm going to start from the end. Yeah, of course, with Alexis when he came and Moises as well, you always try to help them with the language because it's a big barrier. You know, I mean, when I came to England, I didn't speak any English, and it's really hard. First few months or a year until you're not able to speak and to understand. Then especially with Moises, because Alexis, he picked up really quick the English, probably because he studied English before, but Moises, he didn't study any English before he came. Then it's like he's taking a little bit slower. On the pitch, you cannot see anything because on the pitch he's just like training really well. He's getting used to the rhythm, culture, tactics, everything really fast. But of course, he's doing, I would say, I think it's 3 or 4 hours a week of English lessons. And I think he's really focused guy and he's learning a lot. Attitude-wise,
tough question.
No, it's a tough question because I have to say, like, these boys, how they've been training since day one, it's unbelievable. The focus that they've got, how they give everything every single day, how they affect the games. Of course, with Graham's, ideas and tactics, but that's not easy to be always ready to take everything on board. And the boys, they're doing amazingly. But one of the players that for me is just like outstanding is Tariq. Tariq Lamptey is attitude, his desire to learn, his heart. I love players with heart, and he's got a massive heart. Is a player who will give everything, as all of them on the pitch. Well, I don't know, probably because he's younger and he plays in a position where I used to play, and I think I've got a really good relationship with him, and he's a guy who when he's on the pitch, when he's in the training ground, he's always good vibes. But I have to say, in terms of attitude, it's really difficult to pick one because the boys they give in. The example, for example, for me, that's the key. Luis Dang is the key, for example, from our success, because his attitude every single day in training session, with everything that he does, every pass, every action, it's outstanding, and he's setting that bar, that level, that high, that the boys, they look at him and say, listen, we have to follow him. And then that's why the level of training is at that level.
No, cheers, thank you. Go on, Ryan, you can ask a question now. I just wanted to make
I can't even remember what I was going to say now. So I was in awe of what Bruno was saying about all the players and the attitude. It's really interesting to hear that. To be fair, you can get some more off the fans if there's any more, because that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, we've also had another one as well, which is more, I guess, backed into the talk about your coaching and things. Do you see yourself long term going into management? Is that a pathway that you see yourself going into, or have you not thought about that yet? Is it more just focusing on your coaching?
I think one of my challenges or life challenges is going to be, I've been, as a footballer, you actually don't think really much in the future, like, you know what I mean, like a bigger picture, because you're just getting contracts year by year or 2 years. Then you focus in what you can do right now. And for me right now, what I'm doing is to prepare myself to be the best manager that I can be. And why? Because right now, what I want to do is to help Graham as much as I can. And that's my only aim. Whatever that's going to take me in a years or whatever, let's see. But I don't want to think that further or that, I say, yeah, I want to be, because I think you have to take, first of all, like, you have to take it slowly. And after, because I respect so much this profession as a manager, it's so difficult. The job that Graham has been doing here for a year and a half, it's amazing how he's making the team play, how the boys, they behave in the training every day. It's just like, wow, you know what I mean? And I know the amount of work that we put on every day with long days. It's just so hard. Then I respect, of course, all the players or coaches that say, no, I want to be a manager because I know I can be a manager. I want to learn, and let's see if I'm ready, if I'm good enough to be a manager.
Yeah, we say you're focusing on the here and now. And I suppose a moment to focus on particularly was obviously the promotion and the day against Wigan Athletic when we secured it. Can you just talk us through that experience and as well the promotion parade after that a few weeks later?
That was, of course, is one of the best memories I have as not just as a footballer, as a human being. That day it's actually, because we were in a really good position to go up, and it didn't feel like it was, it's gonna be, that's the final, because if we don't win, we were in a really good position to go up. Then you take the game a little bit, you know what I mean, like from a better perspective, with the same pressure as always for the last, I don't know how many years, because we've been chasing that for a long time. But it was a great day, and after it was just amazing with the fans, the party at night, and after the parade a week later, it was just, I don't know how, I don't think there are words to describe, I mean, the amount of people that were there and the vibes, I think was just like amazing.
Did it compare to your, sorry to bust in with another question, but did it compare to your final day as a player against Man City at the Amex, having the lap around the pitch and seeing everyone appreciate you and singing Ole, Ole, Bruno? How did that feel?
I think it's a different thing, because how I lived the parade, it was as a team, as what we have achieved as a team. And my last day, it was more what, you know what I mean, I achieved as a football player, as a human being. I mean, I don't think there is a better way. It's impossible. If I would have tried to design a last day, no chance it would have been that good as I had. You know what I mean? Like having friends and family coming over from Spain, having all my friends from Brighton, all the fans, like with, of course, staying in the Premier League, playing, feeling good, because I think it's important. That's why I think my transition was really good, because I finished my career playing. You know what I mean? I'm playing at the highest level, and I'm feeling good and feeling physically good, but I don't know. I felt inside that was the right time to retire. And I think when you take the decision, and it's not the footballer who takes the decision, there's no one else, that it's just yourself. I think it's empower you, and it gives you a really good feeling. That day is, it's just I don't know. I actually get almost, you know what I mean, emotional, because it was just amazing. I mean, it's my family and friends, they couldn't believe it. I mean, even my brother, my sister, I mean, they couldn't believe seeing the whole stadium, you know, singing your name, even the City fans, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I don't know. I feel so lucky, so lucky.
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps, like, thinking about it as well. And you know, you coming over 7 years, and how much love and support we all have for you. It's fantastic. I guess with you speaking about retirement, would you say that, because I'm sure it's different for different players, but would you say for you it was more that your legs couldn't go anymore, it was kind of a physical decision and that impacted you heavily, or was it a kind of mental or psychological or emotional one that kind of made you decide to finally hang up your boots?
Oh, I think it was more a mental thing. I think it was more a mental thing. As I said earlier, no, it took me a lot, not just to myself, to my family, to keep me fit and keep training every day and keep, you know, I mean, like really strict routines and diet, and you get to a point that it's enough. When it's enough, it's enough. You know what I mean? It's like I wasn't able. I could have taken another year. The club offered me another year, and I could have taken, but it didn't feel right. I like to do things properly. If I don't do it properly, I don't do it. You know what I mean? For me, the easiest way is like, okay, I take another year, another contract, another Premier League contract. But I like to do things properly. I like to give 100% in whatever I do. And I wasn't ready to keep doing, you know what I mean, what I was doing and what it take me to be fit.
We had one question from Seagulls 21, and this kind of ties in with what I was going to ask you anyway, Bruno, which is about the latest England squad. Actually, Robert Sanchez, congratulations to him on getting called up to Spain. But in terms of the England squad, Donkey overlooked again. We're not really surprised now, given what's gone before. What's your view on that? And also, what do you think of the chances of the likes of Webster, Lamptey, who we mentioned, and White for potential call-ups to England?
I think all of them, they've got the football ability to play for England, and after there are other factors that, of course, helps or not helps to be in those squad. I think that the level right now in England is really, really, really high. It's so difficult to be picked for Southgate, because I think it's a really difficult. They are really difficult choices, because I think, as I said, the quality of the players is top. But I think with Danke, especially for his maturity, I think he, of course, is ready to play for England. And I think he will keep working hard to be able to play for England again. And Ben White and Webster, I think they are in the right place to keep improving. They are young players with good experience, a high level, but right now they are at the highest level, and they have to keep getting better and better. And I think they are in the right way.
Bruno, to sort of just wrap up on your career, really, as a whole, looking back on it, if you could describe it in 3 words, what would it be as a whole career?
My career, in 3 words.
Tough one.
Really hard work.
Really hard work. I like that. I like that a lot. You can see that on the pitch as well. So
that's what I think it takes. To play football, whatever you do in life, the first thing is like you need the passion. You need the passion, because when you're going through tough times, that's the only thing that makes you wake up in the morning and go again, because it's your passion. If it's not your passion, you will find excuses. You will find ways to stop doing it, to stop improving. And I always explain. I left home when I was 13, 14 years old to play football. And for me, like some people, that must be like a tough decision. It was the easiest decision for me. You know what I mean? It was the easiest decision because I remember sitting with my parents in the car and they said, Bruno, are you sure you want to, because you will have to go move from home and go to live on your own in a residence. And I said, yeah, because I had the trial for a team. And I said, yeah, I'm 100%. I said, Bruno, think about it, because I said, yes. My parents didn't want, because of course, it's like a 13 years old or 14 years old leaving home to, let's see, you know what I mean? We're talking about 26 years ago, you know what I mean? It's like long time ago, no iPhones, nothing, you know what I mean? It's like, it was so different. But that passion for the game, that passion, that's what it took me to, you know what I mean, to move to England after and to learn English and to get involved into, you know what I mean, in that British culture, because you want to keep improving, you want to keep enjoying the game. And that's, I think, the key.
Yeah, totally agree. And it goes for everything as well. Any career, profession, whether you're in.
Anything.
Totally agree with you.
Anyone got any more questions just to finish off? Maybe one last one.
Well, there was one. It was a kind of a Groundhog Day question, I guess, that was posted in the chat. I can't remember who put it, but it was, if you could relive one game of your career again, what would it be?
Good question, that.
Great question.
I probably would say my last game. It's, as I said earlier, I think it's probably the best moment I had ever. Because you know that feeling when you know that everything what you have been going through, it's payoff. Because I don't think it's nothing better. I mean, it's nothing in the world that can pay the love from people. That love that I felt that day, that's, you know, from the fans. I saw fans crying. You know what I mean? It's like that for me. That was like, wow. You know what I mean? I
cried that day.
It's like, wow. You know what it means for me. You know what I mean? It's like something that I've been. The only thing that I've tried is just to give everything on the pitch. That's it. That was my, you know what I mean, like my main aim, and to help the team and to help my teammates. But you see the impact it makes into fans or people, and to see that everything together in one day, in, let's say, 2 hours, those 2 hours, they are just magical.
You earned it. You earn fans' respect, and if fans love you, then working hard. That's what any fan wants from a player. So 100% you earned that day.
Well, I think we've been told from Josh, I think we're going to wrap it up there. But you are an absolute example, Bruno, of how just being a genuine, down-to-earth person is what people connect with, and footballers that we all connect with as fans. And you know, it's so great to get that, you know, insight from the training ground and everything. So thank you so much for doing that and being so open.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's always a pleasure to talk, of course, to you, to the fans. And we need you. We need to keep supporting the team, keep supporting the boys, because it's, you know, I mean, you are our 12th man, and it's so important to have you there behind us and supporting, especially the boys, because I'm telling you, these boys, they're giving everything for this batch, and Graham as well. You know what I mean? It's like the impact he's having in the players, in the club, with everything. It's amazing the respect that they have for this club, the love they have for this club it's just so good. And for me, that's why it makes my job so easy, because I see people that they care. And when you see people that they care about details, small details about, you know what I mean, that's really powerful.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bruno. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a good game tonight. Good luck with that. I hope the lads can get a performance and a win for us.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Thank you so much.
Okay, see you soon. Bye.
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 Wow, that was quite special, wasn't it?
Man.
It's the man himself.
Bruno.
That you needed.